Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be talking about AI and how it's shaking up the world of professional photography.
It really is amazing to see AI going beyond just changing how we edit or take pictures
Yeah,
and kind of like disrupting the whole photography
it
industry.
really is.
Like from how photographers actually, work all the way to what it even means to be a pro in this field.
Exactly. Like, think about all the time photographers spend just
Yeah.
like sorting through tons of pictures, color correcting, like getting rid of stuff that you don't want in a photo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be done. But it takes so long.
It is, and that's exactly where AI steps in, right? It becomes this super assistant. Like,
Yeah.
imagine you're a photographer, right? You've just shot like a whole event or something.
Yeah.
You upload all those pictures, and AI just goes through them all.
Oh, wow.
Picks out the best ones based on, whatever you tell it to look for. Like sharpness, composition, even like the feeling the picture gives you.
I mean, that would save so much time.
Hours, days, maybe even,
Yeah.
weeks of work potentially.
Especially for photographers
Oh, totally.
who have to work under really tight deadlines.
For sure.
Like if you're shooting an event
Yeah.
or like news, that kind of stuff.
It's like having
Yeah.
a whole team of assistants, but they're all algorithms.
Yeah, exactly. And it's more than just that, right?
Yeah.
It can edit too.
Oh, yeah. It goes way beyond,
Yeah.
like, really precisely.
We're talking software that can color correct, get rid of stuff you don't want, swap backgrounds, even like mess with the lighting to get a totally different mood.
Okay, so that must make some photographers pretty nervous, right?
Right.
If AI can do all that, what's going to happen to their jobs?
Yeah, that's a real worry. But
Yeah.
I think it's more about like, adapting than being replaced.
Okay.
The photographers who will really make it are the ones who are like, okay, AI is a tool, let's use it.
And not a threat,
So they'll be using it to be more creative,
Exactly. Yeah.
push the limits a bit.
Yeah.
So it's not about AI taking over.
It's like,
It's more like AI helping them out.
yeah, AI augmenting
Yeah.
what human photographers can do.
That makes sense. Like,
Exactly.
think about portrait photography.
Yeah.
AI can do all that retouching, get rid of blemishes,
Yeah, for sure.
even make faces look a little different. But it's still the photographer who's calling the shades,
Totally.
capturing the person's personality,
You still need the person
creating the artistic vision for the whole thing.
to bring that human element.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That human connection.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So the AI is doing the technical stuff,
it is.
and the photographer can focus on the human stuff.
Yeah, like connecting with the person you're photographing.
Right.
Capturing those like real, emotional moments. AI can't do that.
It's like AI is almost letting photographers be more artistic,
In a way, yeah.
They're not so bogged down with the technical stuff,
It's freeing them from,
like limited by time.
yeah, all those limitations that you hold them back.
I'm starting to get how this could really change pro photography.
For sure.
But what about the creative side?
Right.
We've all heard about AI making art,
Yeah.
but what about in the pro world?
That's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, think about a photographer who's doing, say, an ad campaign. Instead of having to find locations, hire models, spend days shooting,
Right.
they could just use AI to make the pictures
Oh,
based on, what they want the ad to say and the overall style.
So they could basically create a whole photo shoot digitally,
Yeah.
changing the lighting, the background, even how the models look.
Totally. Everything's in the digital world.
Wow.
And that opens up so many creative possibilities.
Yeah.
Photographers can play around with different styles, try new things, even create pictures that would be impossible to make in the real world.
But if everything's digital, where does the photographer's skill even come in?
Yeah, good point.
Won't all the AI pictures just end up looking the same, kind of generic?
That's where the photographer becomes like a director or a curator.
Okay.
They have to really understand how the AI works, how to use it to get what they want.
Right.
And ultimately, they're the ones making those creative decisions that shape the final image.
So it's like AI's this new kind of camera.
That's a great way to put it.
That's super powerful.
Yeah.
But you need someone who knows what they're doing to use it, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Just like with any new tech, there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Professional photographers now, they got to be experts, not just in the usual stuff like lighting and composition,
Yeah.
but also in how these AI algorithms work and how to use them to express themselves creatively.
Wow, it's amazing how AI is changing what's possible in photography.
It is?
Like it's blurring the lines between real and digital.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But I'm curious about how this affects the whole industry, practically.
Oh, right. So on the business side, what
Yeah.
we're seeing is that clients are looking for photographers who can handle both.
Okay.
taking awesome pictures and navigating this AI world.
Makes sense.
They need someone who knows how to use these tools effectively,
Yeah.
but also ethically.
So it's not just about being a good photographer anymore.
It's more than that.
You need this whole other skill set.
Yeah, you got to have those traditional skills,
Right.
but also really understand AI.
That's a whole new world for photographers.
It is.
And from what we've talked about so far,
Yeah.
it seems like the ones who are willing to go with the flow and use AI in their work
Yeah, the ones who are willing to learn.
are going to be the ones who shape the future of photography.
I think you're absolutely right.
It's pretty cool.
It's an exciting time to be a photographer.
But also a little scary, I bet.
It is.
Yeah.
This has been so interesting.
Yeah.
We've only just started to talk about how AI is affecting the business side of pro photography. We've only just scratched the surface.
I'd love to hear more about specific examples of how AI is changing things for different types of photography.
That's a great idea.
Like fashion,
Like-
photojournalism,
Let's do it.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we can explore how AI is changing everything from fashion photography to photojournalism and talk about the challenges and opportunities.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
It'll be fun.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, so let's get into some of those examples you were talking about.
Yeah.
Fashion photography is a good place to start, I think,
Yeah, it's a good one.
because it's always been like right at the front of, using new technology.
Totally. And it's all about trends. What
Yeah.
looks cool, and that's always changing.
Exactly.
So where does AI fit into that?
So one of the coolest things is using AI to like personalize those fashion images.
Okay.
Like imagine you're shopping for clothes online, right?
Yeah.
Instead of seeing, the same models wearing everything.
AI can actually show you the clothes on, like your body type,
Oh, wow.
in your style, even like in places that match your lifestyle.
So it's like having a stylist just for you.
It's like a virtual style and
Yeah.
making you your own lookbook.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's all about making online shopping better, making it more fun and like you're really there.
Yeah.
And for the photographer,
Yeah.
it means they can make way more pictures for all sorts of people and styles.
So AI is making fashion photography more inclusive
Yeah, definitely.
and personalized.
And personalized, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But what about other types of photography?
Right.
Like photojournalism, for example.
Yeah.
That seems like it wouldn't really work with AI.
That's interesting because photojournalism is all about capturing what's happening, right?
Yeah.
But AI is actually starting to be used there too,
Oh, really?
just in a different way.
Okay.
Think about like a big news event.
Yeah.
There are tons of pictures taken. It's just too much for people to go through.
Yeah, you need to get those pictures out fast.
Exactly. Time is super important in news.
Right.
So AI is being used to look at all those pictures, figure out what the key moments are, spot important people, even find stuff that could be breaking news.
So it's helping the editors find the best pictures.
Yeah, so they can focus on telling the story
Yeah.
while the AI does the hard work of going through all that footage.
That's really interesting.
And it helps make sure the pictures are real, too.
Oh, right, because there's so many fakes now.
Yeah, deep fakes and stuff.
That's really important.
Yeah, so AI is actually helping photojournalists do their job better, keeping things accurate, getting the news out fast, and telling a story that makes an impact.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So it's not replacing them, it's helping them be better at what they do.
Exactly.
What about commercial photography?
Commercial photography is another area where AI is like totally changing things.
Yeah.
Like think about taking pictures of products.
Right.
AI can create these super realistic 3D models.
Wow.
So photographers can take amazing pictures without even needing the actual product.
So it's all digital.
It is. You don't need a fancy studio or anything.
That's pretty amazing.
And it saves so much time and money.
Yeah.
Plus, photographers can really get creative.
Right.
Try different things, find new angles, even make these interactive 3D things to show off the product.
So it's not just photography anymore.
It's kind of mixed.
It's like 3D modeling, too.
It's this new visual language
Yeah.
that's both real and kind of magical.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But what about fine art photography?
Right?
Where it's all about the artist's vision, their style.
That's a really good question, and
Yeah.
one that's causing a lot of debate in the art world.
I bet.
Some photographers love AI.
Yeah.
They use it to create textures, patterns,
Right.
even abstract stuff that gives them new ideas.
So it's like their inspiration.
Yeah, like a digital muse.
Yeah.
But then you have others who are like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is AI art even real art?
Right.
Can it really capture the human experience?
That's like, what even is art anymore?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah.
Is it about how skilled you are or your vision?
Yeah.
Or is it something deeper, like the artist's feelings or what they're trying to say?
That's a tough question.
AI is making us rethink all these old ideas about art.
It's a really interesting time for photography.
It is.
It's not just changing the technical stuff.
It's changing everything.
It's making us question what photography even is and what it can be.
And it's not just about the tech itself. It's about how we use it, you know?
Sure.
How we use it to be more creative and how we deal with all the ethical and philosophical stuff that comes up.
And those questions are just going to get bigger as AI gets better, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We're already seeing AI that can make photos just from words.
It's crazy, right?
Like you describe something and the AI creates a picture of it.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And that makes you think, like, who made that picture?
Yeah.
The person who made the AI.
Right.
The person who told it what to make.
Yeah.
Or is it both of them somehow?
It's a whole legal mess.
It is.
And a philosophical one, too.
It really is.
It's going to change things for photographers, artists, the whole art world.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
It's crazy.
It's a wild time for photography.
It really is.
There are definitely challenges, but there's also so much potential, so much to be excited about.
Yeah, it really does feel like we're entering this, like, whole new world of creating pictures.
Yeah, that does.
Where it's getting harder to tell what's real and what's not.
Yeah, and that's what's so, I don't know, fascinating, but also kind of unsettling.
Yeah.
We have to, like, rethink what a photograph even is, you know?
Right.
What it means and who or what made it.
Yeah, it must be really weird for pro photographers right now.
Oh, totally.
Like everything they know is changing.
But like we were saying, there's a lot of opportunity here, too.
Yeah, for sure.
The photographers who are willing to change, learn these new AI tools, and like actually use them in their work, they're the ones who are going to lead the way.
It's like they're becoming a new kind of photographer.
Right.
Part artist, part like AI whisperer.
Yeah, they're blending traditional skills with this deep understanding of AI.
And that's what I think is so cool.
Yeah.
It's not about AI taking over. It's about making human creativity even better.
Expanding what's possible.
Yeah, exactly.
In ways we never thought of before.
So for people who want to get into photography, what would you tell them? Should they be like learning to code AI or something?
I think the most important thing is to just stay curious.
Okay.
Play around with the new AI tools, see what you like.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to try new things and break the rules of what photography is supposed to be.
So be open to the possibilities of AI.
Yeah, and how it can not only make things easier technically,
Yeah.
but also give you whole new ideas for your art.
And as you're experimenting, what should photographers be thinking about?
I think the key is to ask yourself, how can I use these tools to make my work stand out?
Okay.
How can I make sure my own voice, my own way of seeing things comes through, even when I'm using AI?
Because that's what makes good photography.
Yeah, it's not just about the technical stuff
Right.
or making pretty pictures. It's about the story you're telling, the ceilings you're showing,
Yeah.
the connection you're making with the person looking at the photo.
And that's something AI can't do.
Right? At least not yet.
Yeah.
It can help, it can inspire, but it can't replace that human touch.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into AI and pro photography, I think the main thing is to remember change is happening, explore what you can do.
Absolutely.
But don't forget what makes your work special.
Well said.
Yeah.
And to everyone listening, keep looking into this whole AI and art thing.
Yeah, you never know what you might find.
You might just have your next creative breakthrough thanks to some algorithm.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone.
It's been fun.
We'll be back next week with another interesting topic.
Can't wait.
Until then, keep taking pictures, keep being creative.
Yeah.
And remember, the future of photography is up to you, so make it awesome.
It's in your hands.